Hi folks, thank you very much for coming to Techcelerat's last event of the year. This year we seem to have, this is our 17th event, which is too many perhaps. Last year we only had 11. So the format for today is that we got two sessions. One is a pitching event where we have four companies pitching for investment. We got two high net worth individuals trying to get their checkbook out and sign a check. We got those two chairs for you guys. And the second session, after a quick break, we look at we share some stories of investments, how venture capital has helped companies to grow. Here's some horror stories, good stories. I think Robert's going to keep us entertained. And then on a serious note, look at how we can prepare our companies, those who run companies, that is, for the next round of investment, the so-called the Northwest funds, which is expected to, we should have been signed today. It's been delayed by about 18 months. And the last time we said this, same thing, that was in June. And that event we actually had the fund managers present. So we can speak a little bit openly even though I'm recording what I'm saying. Hopefully everybody should get something out. If anybody needs any introduction, I mean it's only about 35 people today. So if you want any introduction, I'm quite happy to introduce others. So we have probably three types of individuals. We got some high net worth individuals who's looking to invest. We got some guys who's running, setting up and running tech companies, and we got the rest, which is basically hopefully will be either they are the so-called deal makers or sort of service providers, helping these companies grow. So now I'll talk a little bit about what Techcelerate is, because we've got some first-timers here. What we're trying to do is work in 4 areas. We are very passive, don't get our hands dirty yet. And what that means is we only do events and workshops, we don't do anything between. So there's 4 areas working on: access to capital, which is a bit like Dragon's Lair, and we also ran an IPO event early last month, which the intention was to stimulate companies to start thinking about listing on stock exchange as an option in terms of raising capital. And so we'll hope to do a couple of those events in next year. Access to knowledge is, we had an event workshop on Monday looking at payments. So we had PayPal coming over from London, Richmond, sharing their technologies, etc. We had a few other people speaking, and we had about quite a number of students from Lancaster University as well. It was really nice because when they heard about the event, they actually built the event straight into the curriculum. Now you think about startups being flexible. Lancaster University is very flexible. When they see opportunity, they grab it and they change the curriculum to suit. I just wish Manchester Business School is as dynamic as that. No, let's not go there, thing, right? So the access to knowledge, the other side, one side is about technology. So for the last 2 years we ran a mobile event in February. So we'll do the same this year, but obviously looking at different things. We ran a cloud computing event for the last 2 years. We'll do another one in April next year. And the second part of sort of access to knowledge is about looking at how do you grow a company. So we look at certain areas such as maybe managing growth, maybe commercialization, maybe pricing. But every time we have people who are actually running companies coming and sharing, and some investors. So it's not sort of the service providers coming and say, listen, if you do this, write your business plan this way, or you have whatever it is, you'll do this. It's actually getting people on the stage saying, actually I did this, and this worked for me, and well, that didn't quite work. So it's real knowledge that's being shared. Access to market is very much around, our strength is in the Northwest. We hosted an event for US company that wanted to build relationship this year. It's really, if somebody wants to, a company wants to break into this region, we can facilitate that. But also about exploring channels. We have a good relationship with, for example, Salesforce.com. They're going to buy 80,000 customers. Very much open. So if you have a strategy around, how to sell to those, then we can help. The last one is access to talent. We had to cancel the event, which should have sort of covered that access to. Basically, it's about pitching for management, but we also sign up Manchester Metropolitan University's incubator as a partner. And what we are hoping next year is that will allow us to have access to graduates from Manchester Metropolitan University. So there will be students looking for internships, and hopefully we can facilitate that. But also early stage businesses, it's very hard to find the right individuals. There's no money really to go through the recruitment cycle. But if you can somehow bring graduates, introduce them to tech companies, maybe there's some value in there. So those are sort of the 4 areas. And if I just go through quickly. This is something I was trying to work out. Probably touch a bit more later on. I've been sort of looking at what's happening around Manchester, in the Northwest. So you have tech companies, I run a tech company, some of you run tech companies, and you've got sources of capital. We've got companies that's been funded by the 3 Fs, by venture capital and private equity, etc. So you could actually go directly, cutting the middleman. But in some cases, it's even hard to get your business plan being seen. But then you've got the people in the middle who can actually make the deal happen. So you probably heard about investors. We've got a company here that's going through that process. In the past, we had partners. We got Northwest Business Angels. There's angels then from London, and there's sort of boutique companies that also do this. Now we are sort of getting dragged into this area as well because I have the opinion, which is my personal opinion and not necessarily the opinion of Techcelerate, that the investors in here are a little bit risk averse. Now I've been shown examples that that's not the case, and I've been told that my statements are not well thought through. But however, I still think that is, there are good companies bootstrapping and getting there and not getting investment. So there must be something, either the investors don't understand it or the company is not articulating it. So there's something perhaps Techcelerate could do to help bridge that gap. Anyway, that's as much as I want to say. So let's get back to the events. So what we have is we have 4 companies pitching. We got Wistone, which is a mobile advertising type solution. We got Wedding Wine, which is I would say, if you come across confetti, this is a Rolls Royce of confetti. And then we got Candy. People probably know Candy a little bit. Tim Allen has been with us for a long time and still keep coming. And then we got Malinko, which is scheduling software. So we'll kickstart with Stone. Each company will get 5 minutes to pitch, 10 minutes for a Q&A. Then we'll have a short break, and then we have the second session. So the order would be probably Wistone, Malinko, Wedding Wine or Candy. I'm going to see Mark. Yes. So can we start with Colin? Guys, can you go there? So. No.
So,
where's your? Yes.
Good evening, everybody.